I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
The 25-yard line.
Shotgun, a give to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Caught on the right side by Adams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
1-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. To try again after the sack, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed, It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Aaron Jones, the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
At Super Bowl 55, down to the final 2 minutes. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. Now Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 13-year man puts it through, and we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice with the encore. If you know, you know.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield to throw. And that's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Greedy Williams on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.